Record. Okay, so there's a chat box on the side. If you happen to have a question, go ahead and ask your question. Or we'll do like a open panel in the end where I ask questions and stuff in case I miss it because you guys are on mute right now. But I'm so excited to see all of your faces right now. Seriously, this is one of my favorite things about our team is having that time to get together once a month with each other and kind of talk Scentsy things, because Facebook, even though we talk every day, it's just different. You know, everyone's kind of caught up in their own businesses and stuff, doing their own thing. So this is super, you know, important for you to do in your business. And again, I want to, you know, commend you guys for jumping on the call. So summer incentive was just announced today. Are you guys excited about the summer incentive? Like, I'm so freaking pumped about this. So first of all, if you're a newer consultant, just know that we have 9 months out of the year where you can earn an incentive with Scentsy. Okay, we have the fall incentive, which we just ended in January. And then we usually have a summer incentive, but it's not always guaranteed. So we actually didn't find out the details until literally today. A lot of times, like sometimes they'll let leadership levels know, like directors and above, they'll tell them like, oh yeah, summer incentives coming, this is what's happening. And they didn't even do that. So we were all very surprised, like, oh my gosh, is there gonna be a summer incentive? So anyway, it's not always guaranteed, but we're super excited that it is. And everything was announced today. So if you went on your news tab, which you should be checking daily, you would see the qualifications for the summer incentive that just was announced, which is super exciting. I just want to let you guys know before we get into everything, like I've earned every single incentive with Scentsy since I've joined, and this is honestly probably like the easiest qualification period that I have ever seen because of the simple fact that we were all new consultants once before. We have all been within our first 70 days. If you're already past that, or if you're in that now, just know that we've all been there at one point or another, and the qualifications for that didn't change. Like they actually just redid the Sensational Start program. They just revamped it recently, and so these are the new qualifications, and they're basically giving us an opportunity to relaunch your business, so to speak. So when that Sensational Start Warmer was released, which I don't know, I know it's a bad picture, but I'm sure that most of you have seen it, that like glorious shooting star, like that's insane. When that was released, everybody's like, oh my gosh, I want to earn that. I wish I could rejoin and earn that. So like, now you have an opportunity to earn that, which is super, super awesome, in addition to like a trip or, you know, other things that we're going to get into. But before we go into that, I just want you to understand Scentsy incentives and how they work. Last year, I earned, it was either a technology package that you can earn. It was like different levels. So it was like a tablet. The second level was like a tablet plus some other things, and then the third level was like a whole package with the tablet, other technology stuff, or you could choose a free trip to leadership. Usually with the summer incentive, when you choose the trip to leadership, you could earn it, okay? Because leadership is one of those events that you pay for, such as reunion and boot camp and all that stuff. And leadership trips is usually for directors and above, but it tends to be a little bit more of a pricier event. So the fact that you can earn it is a really good thing through the summer incentive. So with that being said, Scentsy trips in general, or even like reunion, leadership, anywhere that you go with Scentsy, you're going to see that they're going to go all out. Like Scentsy literally treats you like royalty on every type of trip. I mean, they put you up at 5-star resorts, like they, you know, give you gifts, like you literally feel like you're on top of the world when you are at a Scentsy event, or particularly on a Scentsy trip, okay? So I'd imagine, we don't know where leadership is yet. More than likely, I feel like we'll hear about that at reunion, if not around that time or whatever. So we'll know more details on that soon. But I want you guys to still reach for this, even if before you even know where the trip is, okay? Because you don't know where it could end up. You could like, you know, not be thinking about that right now and then be like, oh, well, I don't even know where it is, so I'm not going to try. And then let's say it comes out and you're halfway through the qualification period, and now like you have less of a chance of earning it because you didn't assume that it was going to be someplace that you wanted to go. So just know wherever you're going to go, it's going to be amazing because Scentsy's going to put us up there, okay? And ultimately, you know, earning incentives and things like this are going to be things that are going to help you build your business you know, ultimately to give you long-term effect, okay? It's going to help you with promoting, getting paid at title, things like that. It's going to give you the courage to continue even more. When you earn a Scentsy incentive, you're going to feel on top of the world. You're going to want to go out there and work your business 10 times more. And the next thing you know, you're promoting to freaking director because of all that like energy that you had just from earning an incentive, okay? It's like really exciting. When I earned the Disney trip, I cried. And I was like, at that point, I mean, this is a different type of incentive, but at that point, I was just 50 like credits over the qualification that I needed at that point. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I earned it. And then I was like, wait, I can't go to Disney. I'm not going to go without my children. But anyway, I ended up going anyway with them, which was great. But I just wanted to let you know, like, don't think you can't do it. Okay. So although this is a summer incentive, I joined during the fall qualification period, and I joined halfway through the qualification period. So I actually earned the Disney trip when I came in 3 months out of it instead of 6 months. So anyway, it doesn't matter when your journey started, how long you're into it. If you just started, everybody across the board has the same opportunity to earn this trip. Just as a new consultant, just as a superstar director, like we all have the same qualification periods. And that's one of the best things that I love about Scentsy so much is that everybody's equal, okay? A title doesn't mean anything in this company because we all go back to certified consultant at the end of the day, all right? So yeah, that's Scentsy trips. I mean, they will completely change your life. That's going to be the place that you're going to have your aha moments. Of course, like we talk about reunion too, you're going to get those things, but like the trips too, where you're going to make connections with other consultants, like how we are here. I'll tell you, when I brought my husband on the Disney trip, that was like when he actually was like, oh, okay, I get this. Like for a long time, and I feel like especially for men, for those of you, you know, with husbands and, you know, maybe you don't feel like they're, you know, necessarily understanding you or supporting you right now, like it's important for them to see that because, like when I brought Matt on it, he was always supportive of me, but once he came on the Disney trip, he was like, oh, okay, I get this. This is real. Like, I feel like for men, seeing is believing a lot. No offense to any men on this call. I don't think we have any men on this call, but either way. So yeah, Scentsy trips are just super awesome. Okay. So, some of the ones that I earned in this time, because I wanted to tell you guys some other ways that you can earn it. So I earned the Disney trip. Nashville, that was reunion, which is normally an event that you pay for, but as a director, if you hit your numbers 3 months in a row, you get free registration and leadership. To reunion. And then if you hit it 6 months in a row, you get free registration to leadership. So that's just a little goal to keep in mind for all of you, you know, people with someday director, you know, idea in mind. Like don't think these things are not possible. And then Punta Cana too, which I'm super excited about as well. Okay. The reason why I tell you that is because I know what it takes to earn an incentive. And I have been with Scentsy for over a year now. And I have been through a full fall season and I have been through a full spring and summer season. And the best thing about that is that I have hindsight now. Okay. So now I can look back, you know, at what happened last year and say, well, why didn't this happen? Why didn't I earn this? Maybe, you know, why wasn't my PRV where I wanted it to be? Whatever it was, that maybe it was a goal that I didn't reach or felt I could have pushed myself harder. I have that hindsight now. So as far as when it comes to earning the incentive, I was talking about this on the live video earlier on our team page today. Like I personally think if I would have tracked better in my business, the fall incentive, I personally feel like I could have earned top 100 to South Africa. But at that point, when the qualification period started in August, I don't know, I just wasn't really focused that hard on earning it. And I didn't actually write things down and track it each month and things like that. And I really feel like if I did, it would definitely help. So that's why I just want to bring that to your attention to, you know, just, you know, making sure you're keeping track of all this. And I'm going to kind of talk about this in a bit with you guys. Okay. So qualifications for summer incentive 2017, super, super exciting. Okay. So this is basically a chance for you to restart the Sensational Start program. Okay, Sensational Start program is just a program that you would get as a newer consultant in your first 70 days, and it's based upon how many recruits and sales that you have within that time, depending on the level that you earn, right? So normally if you reach it, it's like a $60 product credit, $125 product credit, $200 product credit, stage recognition, all that stuff, okay? So newer consultants who join during the qualification period still are eligible to earn their Sensational Start. So if you were currently in your Sensational Start time frame, you still can earn that along with the incentive too, okay, which is super amazing to your benefit. So the qualification period runs from May 1st, starting today, to July 9th, which I'm looking at this as like a little sign from above that we actually had our team called today, May 1st, because I think it's the perfect time to sit down and talk about this. It starts from today and ends July 9th, okay? Normally the qualifications go to, or the summer incentive ends in the end of July, but this is ending in the 9th because you're doing it in 70 days, okay? So it's a little shorter, but you're basically gonna be able to sling the heck out of some wax in your business over the next 70 days, okay? Newer consultants are eligible as well, like I said. And then the way that you're going to earn it is for if you earn levels 2 or 3 of Sensational Start, okay? So for level 2, what you would need in order to earn level 2 are one of two things. You're either going to need at least 3,000 PRV of your own personal sales, okay? Not in 1 month. This is over the course from now to July 9th. It'd have to be an accumulation of 3,000 PRV. Or if you don't reach 3,000 PRV, if you have at least 1,500 PRV over the course, up to July 9th, and one new personally sponsored consultant who reaches active status. So they have to have 200 PRV in 1 month out of these next 3 months up until July 9th. Okay, so they have to join starting today through July 9th, and then they have to be active by July 31st. Okay, so just to keep that in mind. But that is, like, even just level 1 is so doable. Like, I see you guys come in here hitting Sensational Start like it's nothing without even trying, okay? So imagine what you could do with like a clear focus and game plan onto, how to earn this incentive. That is super attainable, okay? And we're going to talk about ways that you can actually, get your PRV to have it be that way. But just know that, like, this is doable, okay? And you also have to complete the first things first checklist on your workstation, which is this thing, the Sensational Start First Things First checklist. If you just go to your business tab and search business references and you search Sensational Start, you'll see it come up. Okay, they're doing this on the honor system, but this is going to be beneficial to you to go through this checklist, okay? Even if you're not a new consultant, go through the checklist. It'll help you. I mean, it's always good to just revamp things and try new things anyway. So don't always feel like oh, I already know that, I don't need to do it. So if you do that, you get $125 event credit, okay? So your event credit, you're gonna have $125 to spend on an event, your next event with Scentsy. Reunion, leadership, director boot camp if you reach it, star and superstar director summits. Like, Scentsy has lots of events throughout the year and they cost money. Are they an investment? Yes. But would it be great to have a credit to use on that? Of course. I had a voucher that I used on both reunion and leadership. Like, not for nothing, like I said, leadership's an expensive event. I had a voucher at that point. I had a voucher where I got to have it for free. So I mean, even if you have a credit towards that, like, it's so worth it. Okay, director boot camp, when you reach director, that's $100. If you get a $125 event credit, you don't even have to pay for that. So it's really, really good to have the event credit. So you get a $125 event credit if you earn level 2. You also get the exclusive Sensational Start warmer for free. Hello, don't you want to have that sitting on like your desk? Like, that's super awesome. And that's what you get, okay? And then for level 3, your qualifications are to sell at least 6,000 PRV from now up until July 9th. Or sell 3,000 PRV and sponsor 2 personally enrolled consultants who are active. Okay, so that is super doable, super doable. That's only literally selling your PRV over the next couple of months, which is not a lot, because a lot of you are hitting those numbers in 1 month. Like, no joke. Like, if you would have seen the reports that I was pulling, for freaking April that we just closed out, like, some of you are 1K club, 2K club, like, you're going to hit that nothing, okay? And just up to 2 is what you would earn level 3. That's crazy. Only 2 consultants. I mean, we've had people where other qualifications where it was a lot more than that. So I feel like this is super, super doable. If you earn level 3, you get $225 in event credits to spend on your next Scentsy event. You get an exclusive Sensational Start warmer for free. And then the top 20, okay, level 3 earners. So you have to earn level 3 and be in the top 20 with the most active consultants. So this doesn't mean just go ahead and sponsor 2 people. Okay, good, I got my 2 people, I'm done. Reach for the freaking stars. Why are you stopping at 2 people? I mean, don't get me wrong, like if you hit the 2 people, that's great. I congratulate you on doing that. But don't just like settle is my point. Like continue doing it, because if you end up in that top 20, let me tell you, don't ever think it's not possible. Who have the, and you have the highest number of active frontline who join within that period and who are active, you're going to be able to attend their next leadership trip for free. January 2018 is our next leadership trip. We don't know where that is yet. We will find out. It's going to include lodging, your hotel, again, 5-star resorts with Scentsy, per diem, which is cash money on your Scentsy debit card. Okay, I'm talking like cash money for you to have, like Scentsy will give you money for food, and you get an exclusive dinner with Heidi and Orville. That's so awesome. Can you imagine you and 19 other consultants sitting around the table with Heidi and Orville? How amazing would that be? Like, that's so freaking awesome, okay? So reach for the freaking stars, you guys. Don't stop at 2 consultants, but just know that level 3, all you would need really is 2 consultants or just your own personal PRV, okay? So this is super doable, okay? Some things before we get into how to earn this. Printouts you want to pay attention to are obviously the first things first checklist that we talked about, okay? You also want to get your Sensational Start FAQ on the Business References tab. I mean, you don't have to print these out. I'm just like a paper typer. Like, I need to see things in front of me, so I printed these out and I'm putting them in a little clear binder thing or whatever. But you could do whatever you want. This is just a fact in case you have any questions about it. You could refer back to here. And then there's also the Sensational Start Restart terms and conditions too on the Business References tab of your workstation as well. Okay, so whether you're printing those out or not, definitely look over them because it's going to answer all your questions and have everything laid out in terms of everything that I'm talking about here tonight. Okay. So new consultants, okay, this is to your advantage. This trip is to your advantage because guess what? You are already in your Sensational Start period. You're coming into this already like right off the gate and have the opportunity to earn this incentive and be a part of your Sensational Start period that you're in already. So not only if you earn the incentive would you get all the stuff that you'd get for earning whatever level, but you'd also get the stage recognition at SFR, depending on the level that you earn. You would get, your award, you get your product credit. Like, this is in addition. So this is really to your advantage. Plus, you're a new consultant. You have the Scentsy spirit and that Scentsy excitement that some of us consultants once lose at some point or another. And it's unfortunate, but it does happen. So you, as a new consultant, use that to your advantage and, let people see your excitement. There's no better time to, sponsor people and recruit people, or even just like book parties and all that stuff. No better time like the present when you're a new consultant. Okay. That's one thing that I always talk about is how to, just show people your excitement. And that's really all you got to keep up. Okay. So some things that will help you reaching that if you're a new consultant is 1, getting certified. If you have not already, that'll be, if you get certified from now until, July 9th, that's $1,000 right there toward your incentive that you just earned. Okay. You have to think about it like that. Shooting Star. If you reach Shooting Star, I mean, this is obviously for people who are joining, at this point and forward, but like, let's say you reach Shooting Star, that's $500 credit right there towards your credits towards earning the incentive. Okay. I cannot stress this enough. To each and every single one of you, whether you have just joined or not, drink the Scentsy Kool-Aid, drink the purple Kool-Aid, and get involved in Scentsy spirit and, everything that it's all about, because that's what's going to keep driving you, okay? So some things to remember when earning an incentive, okay? So these are some things that I do. Well, I should have done, I should say, over the course of time of me earning incentives. So before I get into this real quick, I do want to point out every incentive that I do, I have not tracked up until recently. This past year, I started tracking in my business, okay? I have earned every other incentive, yes, but that was literally me straight hustling and breaking, like killing myself every month and like literally being, oh my God, am I going to earn this? Oh my God, like You don't want to be panicking. This is why it's important for you to have a game plan, for you to track, for you to have, you know, a system as to how you can earn this. Okay. So again, we're going to talk about that. So first thing you want to do, this is important. Get your pens and papers ready. You must absolutely set your goal. Absolutely. Okay. So determine the level that you want to earn. Is it level 2 or is it level 3? Okay. Know what it is that you need to qualify. We just talked about the qualifications, but you also have the terms and conditions on your business references tab. You have the news tab that you can refer to, and it shows you the qualifications that you would need for each level if you have to go back and read it, okay? So know what the level is that you're shooting for. It's okay if you just want to shoot for level 2. Nobody's saying you have to go for level 3, but set a goal for yourself. You know, I'm not saying don't dream big, you know, don't think that it's not possible, but if you're like fine with reaching with level 2 being your goal, make that your goal. That's totally fine, but know your goal, okay? It's important to lay this out in front of you and write it down. Super, super important. Okay. I never used to do this in my business. And I'll tell you, I even do this now with like front loading my calendar each month, like setting goals for myself. What kind of PRV do I want to hit in a month? How many parties do I want to book this month? Like I never used to write these things down. And since I've been writing them down, it gives me the opportunity that much more to look at it, be like, okay, let's say, you know, I had 4 parties I wanted to book, but I only got 2. So what does that mean? It means I have to follow up with more people to book 2 more parties, right? So set a goal for yourself, write it down, okay? Next thing is to get a tracker. So, or create a tracker yourself, whatever it is. We're going to talk about this in a second, but I told you guys I'm going to be creating a group for us to earn this incentive. It's going to be open to everybody in our group to join this Facebook group that I'm going to put together, and I'm going to upload a tracker on there for us to use. And I don't know, I'm assuming Scentsy might come out with a tracker on your workstation. I don't know. I don't remember last summer incentive they had one. Usually there'll be like a consultant that will make a flyer that we could use. So I'm sure something will come out, or I'll figure out something, or you can even come up with your own type of tracker. But whatever it is, there needs to be a tracker where you're like writing down, okay, May's PRV, June's PRV, July's PRV, how many recruits I sponsored, did they reach active, like things like that, okay, for you to actually track, okay? So don't feel overwhelmed right now. Like I said, in that group, I'm going to upload something along those lines for you to get on track and help you guys with that, okay? So get a tracker. So no trip is earned on accident. Just know that, okay? In order for you to earn incentive, you need to be strategic, which is why the tracking comes into place. It's not earned on accident. I have to stress that. You're not just going to fall into a Scentsy incentive. You have to actively be intentional, okay? It's earned by lots of planning, as we talked about, taking action and being consistent, okay? So I want you guys to ignore any type of discouragement that you had or have or think you're going to have, because I will tell you that discouragement in your business will never, ever go away, okay? I am doing this 1.5 years now, and I still, on a daily basis, get discouraged in my business. I get told no all the time, probably more times than I ever get told yes. And that is one thing, the reason why I am where I am today in this business is because I never let that stop me. Do I have discouraging moments? Of course, I'm human, but it's just a matter of how you handle that. Okay, so if you tell yourself, I don't think I'm going to earn this incentive, or nobody wants to join my team, or I just don't think I'm going to get my PRV where I need to be, like this sucks, like you're going to get in your own head, and you're literally going to just like ball up and not do anything. So it's so important for you to get that out of your mind. When you start feeling like that, just brush it off and don't even worry about it, okay? Don't give up, okay? And if you ever feel like you're getting discouraged, reach out to somebody. Reach out to your sponsors. Reach out to me. Reach out to, if Nicole is your director, like whoever. Reach out to a Scentsy friend, like, or, your Scentsy sister or your husband or whoever. If you feel you need to kind of be like, man, I hate the way things are going, or I need help or whatever, because again, we won't know unless you tell us, okay? So don't feel like you can't ever come to anybody for help either, all right? So with all that being said, let's talk about setting a plan after I take a sip of wine. Am I the only one with wine in my hand? So what you want to do, okay, so we're going to get a little mathematical here. I'm not a math type person with my calculator. I freaking hate math, okay? But I will tell you, since I've actually been breaking things down in my business, I've booked more parties, my PRV's been higher, and then, like I said, when it comes to earning an incentive, it's important to understand things like this, okay? So what you want to think about, again, your goal, right? your own PRV, which are your own sales. We have typically, you would like May, June, July. So normally it's 3 months, right? But since this is only going to July 9th, it's technically only 2 months, 2 months and like 9 days. So you really need to think about having whatever your goal PRV is, whether it's level 2 or level 3. You really, really should think about having this in 2 months. Okay. And I know that might seem like, how do I do that? I'm going to tell you how you do that. Okay. It seems tough, but it's doable. Okay. Because I'll be honest with you, most of you guys are hitting these numbers without even realizing it. So let's say, for level 2, let's say without sponsoring anybody, you need 3,000 PRV, right? That's the first qualification to earn level 2 if you didn't sponsor anybody. If by July 9th, right? So if you average that out by 3 months, that's $1,000 a month that you would have to sell, like May, June, July, right? But since we don't have a full month of July, we're talking 2 months here. So that you're looking at 1,500 PRV between May and June. Okay, so if you reach 1,500 PRV in May and then you reach it in June, by July 9th, your PRV is already covered. Okay, so this is why it's important to kind of break it down month by month. Okay, or for level 2 as well, if you're talking recruits now, you either need 1,500, which is half of 3,000, which is still good, right? So 1,500 out of those 3 months would be 500 each month. But again, we're looking at 2 months here. So you're looking at $750 a month, $750 in May, $750 PRV in June. I think that's super freaking doable. That's doable with just like a couple parties, actively following up with people. Like some of you guys are hitting these numbers like without, like it's no joke. Like you literally can do this like with your eyes closed. $750 a month between May and June would get you to 1,500 PRV, and then all you would need is one personally sponsored frontline who is active, who reaches 200 PRV, okay? For level 3, if your goal is 6,000 PRV, if that's what you're shooting for, that would be 2,000 May, June, July, all right? But if we're talking May and June, you're looking at, 3,000. So you'd need 3,000 in May and 3,000 in June. So that obviously seems like a much higher goal, but with earning level 3, you still have the option of doing this by sponsoring. So that would bring your, and follow along with me. If I'm going too fast, ask questions in the chat box, okay? So with level 3, you also have the option to earn, you also have the option to qualify by doing 1,500 PRV instead of 6,000 PRV, okay? So 1,500 PRV in 2 months' time is $750 a month. So $750 again for May, $750 for June. By July, you would have 1,500 PRV, and then all you would need are 2 active frontline who join between May and July, who are active, right? Super, super important. Okay, so what you're going to do now that you have your PRV goal each month, right? You're going to take your monthly PRV goal and you're going to divide it by the average party. Okay, I calculated this already. You're going to divide it by Scentsy's average party, which is $400. Okay, so let's say your PRV goal, let's say we're shooting for level 3. Let's say we already got 2, personally active frontline, right? They joined, they're active, whatever. Now we're just focusing on our PRV and we're going to shoot for 1,500. That's going to be $750 in May and June, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to take 750 divided by 400, and that's 1.8. I know you guys can't really see that on here. 1.8. So you're looking at like 2 home parties in 1 month. 1 to 2 home parties a month in May and in June. And the reason why I say home parties is because home parties are going to give you that much higher PRV right away. Don't like rely on Facebook parties to get you to earn an incentive, because I promise you, like it's going to be way harder. If you could just get some 1 or 2 home parties in May, 1 or 2 home parties in June, like you'd be good to go, okay? I will tell you guys, I was literally following up like a crazy person today. I followed up so much today that my entire May calendar is booked and I'm already booking into June. But I'm doing this on purpose because guess what? In June, I'm not going to be here. Second or third week, I'm going to Punta Cana with my husband. So I need to make sure that that's set up because we're still going to be in the qualification period. So think ahead, okay? Get yourself set up for now. If you're starting to book up for May, don't worry about it. Go into June, okay? It's nothing saying that you can't do that. All right, so that's basically what you're going to do. You're going to determine your goal. your ultimate like PRV goal. Say I'm shooting for level 2 and I need 3,000 PRV. I'm shooting for level 3 and I need 1,500 PRV. Whatever it is, write it down. Write your goal. Then determine how much, split that up between 2 months and see how much PRV you need between May and June, okay? And then divide that by the average home party, 400 or 500, whatever. And then break it down like that. I find that when I do that, it makes it seem that much more attainable, okay? So 1 to 2 home parties a month, or maybe 1 home party a month and like 3 to 4 Facebook parties, or a couple basket parties out. It doesn't just have to be a home party. I do a number of different parties throughout the month, to be honest with you, and I'm going to show you guys because I love to talk about goal setting. For May, you can see I'm pretty much filled up here, okay? This real quick, I love to highlight the days that I'm able to party, but I do my family days first. So orange are my family days. I do like my son's, his like T-ball games, like I do all that stuff first, and then I put in my party. So I only, and this is recently, I never started doing this, I only am booking my Facebook parties on Monday nights because my husband is home, and Monday through Wednesday tends to be the best time for Facebook parties because most people are away on or out during the weekend, and you're not going to get much participation. So anyway, I used to drive myself crazy. I would do the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like I go all over the month. Now I said, why am I driving myself crazy like this when half the time Facebook parties flop for me? So I'm only doing the Monday nights. So figure out whatever schedule works for you. Like I said, for me, Monday is just good for me. But that way, I'm only telling myself I'm booking 4 Facebook parties a month. You know what happened today when I was following up and I already got these booked, because you can see I have now 4 Facebook parties for May. Because I didn't stop. I continued following up with people, and most of my customer base is, spread out all over. So a lot of times people were like, oh, I don't really want to do a home party, but could we do a Facebook party? But all of this was already booked. I'm not going to drive myself crazy and start booking in here. I'm going to now go into June so that I could be set up for June and do it that way. So that's just something that I do. You don't have to drive yourself crazy with this. Look at what your schedule is, see what party dates you're available, and kind of just, go from there and give people dates. Give them actual dates. Don't ever leave it up in the air like, oh, hey, yeah, let me know what date works for you. No, be like, hey, I have June, or I have May 2nd, 6th, and 4th. Which day, let me know which works for you. Because not only are you getting it there, right there on the spot, you're not leaving it up in the air, but they're also going to take you more seriously. They're going to say, she's someone who's professional and who knows how to control her calendar and whatever. Like, you literally control your calendar. So don't ever feel like, that you're obligated to your customers or whatever, okay? You control all that. So anyway, back to the subject. Dividing that by your parties, front loading your calendar and things like that are going to make sure that you are, reaching that goal. So figure out your goal, figure out what it is each month, and then divide that by the average home party. Or again, split that up between basket parties. I mean, if you just set this goal based on 1 to 2 home parties a month, everything else in between is going to be cake for you guys, okay? If you set your goal to be between booking 1 to 2 parties a month, and actually tell yourself, I'm not going to stop until I get 1 to 2 home parties booked on the books. That's it. I'm not stopping until I'm done. I'm not. And then you end up booking Facebook parties in between, and then you have a couple basket parties out. All that's going to be extra. It's going to be extra into helping you earning this incentive, okay? So we talked about PRV. Trying to move quickly here. How to help your team. Okay, so your team members who are joining, they need to be active. So how are you going to help them do this? I'm going to tell you how you're going to help them do this. You're going to stay on them, and you're going to help them. One, with a launch party. That's super crucial. If I have anybody who's local to me, I always go to their launch party if I can make it. If they're not local, you could, and let's say they do like an event on Facebook, I mean, whatever, you could always make sure you're attending. Be like their biggest cheerleader, really. You're also going to help them getting on track to shooting star, to getting certified, because again, they're reaching shooting star, they're hitting 500, they're active already. They're hitting, they're getting certified, they're active already. So it's important for you to kind of guide them on the path onto how to do things and be a good sponsor as you sponsor people, okay? So if you're sitting on this call and say, well, I'm not a good sponsor, but you want to earn the incentive, like, technically you don't have to sponsor, but your PRV goal is going to be higher, okay? But don't think you can't, okay? So as you recruit people through May and July, you're now a leader. You're now a sponsor. So it's important for you to kind of set the tone for them and get them started on the right track. And honestly, there's no real science to all of this, you guys. I have learned this all on my own. I didn't know a single thing about Scentsy when I joined. I didn't know anything about being a leader or sponsoring anybody. I had no intentions of sponsoring anyone. I literally did not want to do it. And all I can tell you, the best thing that you could do when it comes to sponsoring someone is just show people what you're doing in your business. Show them what works for you. If you're booking parties, then that's all you need to be doing is showing them how you're getting those parties booked. If you're putting together a basket party and that's working for you and you're making money on it, show them how you made those basket parties. It's all about leading by example and explaining how to do things to your team that has worked for you, okay? So that's going to be some ways for you to help them. Another thing that you can do, like what I do with my new consultants, I get them on FaceTime chats and I actually go over like a thorough training with them. I explain everything that they need to know about Shooting Star, getting certified, their list of 100, all that stuff. And also to let them know that they can earn the incentive too, because that's another thing that you could use as a recruiting tool. I hope you guys know that. You could let people know, hey guys, Scentsy just released a summer incentive and it's going to be amazing. I would love to help you earn it. Like if you ever thought about joining Scentsy, now would be the good time because you could earn this trip. Come on this trip with me. You know, you could do things like that. I actually just put up a post today about it, telling people that they could earn, you know, a summer incentive with me. So you could always do that, all right? So how to increase your own PRV. Again, we talked about home parties. My personal goals for myself, I personally like to reach for 2,000 PRV a month. That's just me. That does not have to be something that you have to work for. But for something like me, I like to shoot for 1 to 2 home parties a month. At least 4 Facebook parties. Again, we talked about Monday, you know, on the first Monday or every Monday. And I like to have out at least 3 basket parties. Another way to make sure your PRV is increased is front loading your calendar now, getting yourself set up now. Don't wait till the last second to have parties on your calendar. And above all else, following up with people. Like that will literally make or break someone partying with you and someone ordering from you or whatever. Literally, making a phone call, texting them, sending an email, personal. Do not rely on Facebook to earn this incentive. Do not rely on Facebook and just putting up a post and expecting people to see it. You have to actively make sure that you are, you know, personally connecting with people, okay? You could also do a booking blitz, either with yourself. You could just say, hey, I'm going to do a booking blitz and just sit here for the next 20 minutes and follow up with people. That's literally what I did this morning. I had my husband's on vacation this week. I had about a good hour and a half this morning to just focus. And that's what I did all morning today. I'll be honest with you. You don't have to take that much time to follow up with someone, but that's what I did. I spent an hour and a half today literally following up with everyone because I knew that the summer incentive was here. And I was like, I need to get parties on my calendar. So normally I wait till like the last 2 weeks in the month to start booking for the next month, but I'm like, I'm not doing that. I need to make sure like I have parties on my calendar specifically because I'm going away. Okay. How to recruit. Okay. I mean, we've done extensive trainings on, you know, how to sponsor people and sponsoring conversations. I know I have done them before. If you just search recruiting on our team page, sponsoring, I'm sure you'll see something that will come up. Scentsy has lots of training on recruiting and stuff like that, but just to give you a couple of tips when it comes to recruiting to earn the incentive. The best way that this is going to happen for you is you have to share the business opportunity with everybody, okay? Don't think you can't recruit anybody. Obviously post on Facebook, tell people about it. Don't feel like ashamed or bad or whatever about talking about this incentive with people, because again, they're not going to know unless you tell them. If you're doing parties, say, hey guys, like what I do when I do a home party, side note, is I do a drawing game and we actually did this at Candace's launch party. I think we did this at Yvonne's launch party, Andrea's launch party, where I do a drawing game and I say, you know, Scentsy loves to send us on all expense paid trips. And right now we're actually in the qualification period of earning a trip to Punta Cana. Like that's something that I would say. And then I'm like, so we're going to draw a picture of an island. Like incorporating my business into the games that I'm playing so that they know, okay, Scentsy sends us on, you know, all expense paid trips. Like people are not going to know these things unless you tell them. So make sure you share the business opportunity with everybody, follow up and just tell people about it. Okay. And continually do it. Another thing is following up with old potential consultants. So people that you have had previous conversations with about the business opportunity in the past. Just because they didn't join you, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago, it doesn't mean that they're going to want to join today. I've had plenty of people that have joined on, much later than that after having multiple conversations, because you have to understand recruiting particularly is something that takes time. It's not just going to happen overnight. It's mostly you developing a relationship with someone and then them wanting to join you because it's something about you that they're interested in. Okay, they could go ahead and join any consultant if they want to, but what is it about you that's setting you apart from every other consultant? So it's all about building that relationship and continually talking about it, like planting the seeds and stuff like that. So those people that you've had on your list, think about like parties that you've done. Was there any guests there that maybe like dropped a little hint that maybe you thought that they would be good as being a consultant, or maybe you had a quick conversation in passing with someone at the grocery store or whatever, like whatever it is, just think about those conversations. Or even if you've chatted with them before and they've said no, just follow up with them. It's nothing saying that you can't do that, okay? Lots of times I've had people join where I will message them and I'll be like, hey girl, there's an awesome promotion going on right now. I just wanted to let you know. I know we briefly chatted about it once before, but I didn't want to leave you hanging, and what do you say? I've had lots of people join that way before, okay? Again, planting seeds, building relationships, okay? Another huge way for you to earn this incentive through recruiting is your list of 100. Bring it back to the basics. This is a sensational start training or restart program, that incentive that we're doing, okay? We're technically acting like we're new consultants again. So bring it back to your list of 100. Recreate that. That's something that I'm always doing continually all the time, is recreating my list of 100, okay? This should be your foundation for your business, and it's like so critical. So when you're going through your list, you have to ask yourself, how can this person help me earn this trip? How can they help me, move my business forward? How can they be, an asset to my business? Are they going to be, would they be interested in a party? Or do I think that they would benefit from, the blessing that Scentsy is or whatever? Think about those things. Analyze each person. If you have someone, let's say you're at work and there's somebody that you work with, or someone works in an office, send them a basket party to take around with them in the office. If you are going to soccer practice or like T-ball for my son and you happen to come across, other moms there, talk to them about fundraisers. I actually just followed up with a woman today about a fundraiser who's a mom at my son's school, and she casually mentioned it one time to me, like in passing. And actually just today, I just followed up with her. She recently placed an order, and I was like, oh, I'm so glad that you hope you're enjoying your order. I just wanted to reach out to you because I saw you post something about a foundation thing on Facebook, and I wasn't sure if you were still interested in doing that fundraiser that we talked about. And she's like, oh my God, yes, I totally do. Thank you for reminding me. Can we set something up for, late May or whatever? So again, following up with people, okay? Because people are never going to come to you. It's all about you following up with them, okay? When it comes to recruiting, think about who would be good in this business. Who who in your life that do you think could use an extra income with Scentsy? You know what Scentsy's done for you. You know the money that you can make. You know the trips that you can earn. You know the value that you get from it. Share that with people, because that's going to be the best way for you to, to start recruiting people, is by actually, thinking about those things. Think about how Scentsy could be a benefit in someone's life. When you switch your mindset to that way, instead of me, where's my next recruit? How am I going to do this? Like, you're never going to recruit people. Think about how you could help people through Scentsy, okay? And last but not least, like I said, do not make it about you. Always make it about them, okay? Okay, so some strategies, all right? We're almost done here. Some strategies. So I know that we're sitting here talking about this call right now, and we talked about kind of like a mathematical strategy, breaking down the parties. I think that that's super important. But if you'd like to develop a one-on-one, personalized, incentive plan, let me know. You can either email me. My email is info.lovemewickless@gmail.com. I say email just because Facebook Messenger is like ridiculous, and I never see messages, or I'll see them and then I'll get sidetracked and I don't respond. So I would just email me. This is open to everyone in our group, not just if I sponsored you, by the way. If you'd like to get up with me, you could definitely email me and we could come up with a personalized trip plan that works for you and your business and your team, or even if you don't have anybody on your team yet, something for a plan to help you. I would love to help you guys, develop a plan. You could also reach out to your sponsors with some ideas. You can reach out to, you know, your director. If I'm not your director, either way, we want to help you. And, you know, we want to help you as much as you can, but ultimately this is up to you. And the only way that it's going to work is if you reach for it. Okay. It's not just, I mean, we could give you as much encouragement as we can, but it really is all up to you. Okay. So you have to, you know, work at it and bring this to life. But I do want to help you guys with this. I really do, because I think like you earning this incentive, like it's going to mean so much to you, because I remember what it was like earning my first incentive, and I legit cried. Like, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Like, it's amazing. And you should feel proud if you earn a Scentsy incentive, or if you have earned one already. Let's see, some other things are, sorry, I made some notes here. Another thing too, all right, for as far as strategies go, have a buddy or a friend, somebody to keep you accountable, okay? It doesn't just have to be me. I mean, I would love to be that person. If you'd like, I could do check-ins with you and be like, hey girl, how you doing? You know, I don't mind, I would totally do that. But even if you had like a friend that you're doing this business with, or someone on your team or whatever, you know, have an accountability buddy, because that's going to be super important. Even, you know, your husband or your, you know, a friend or whatever, like I said, another Scentsy sister that you happen on our team, like, I mean, whatever. And we'll probably do this on our group too that I create on Facebook. I'll probably put up like an accountability buddy post if anybody wants to link up with each other. I know we did that in the past with some incentives and stuff that we were earning, and that was kind of fun. So again, make your plan and look at it every day. Write this down. Like I said, we talked about this. Look at it every day. Make it a point to look at it every day. I will tell you, and you guys are going to see this on our hangout when we do it, but my follow-up binder, like something like this, is no point in doing it unless I'm actively looking at it every single day. So every day I come up here and I make sure this is the first thing I do before I follow up with, or before I, you know, post on my team page, before I go look on Facebook, before I do anything, I'm opening up my follow-up binder and making sure, because this is going to be the most income-producing thing I can do, is following up with people, right? So same thing, having your plan. You could have a pretty old plan, write it with colors, do all these things, but if you're not paying attention to it every day, it's going to be pointless for you to even be doing that. Okay, so just make sure you look at it every day. Even if you have to put a picture up, create a vision board. And like I said, that would have been fun for like a really fun team hangout, I feel like. So maybe my wheels are turning for our next one. But either way, like whatever you got to do to, you know, do that. So lastly, I just want to let you guys know that I seriously believe in every single one of you. Okay, I really, really do. And I know that like a few people dropped off the call by now, but I just want to let you know, I do believe in every single one of you. And I know that especially as a newer consultant, or if you haven't earned an incentive yet, it's easy to feel like, you know, oh, it's so unattainable, I'm not going to be able to do that. Or even if you've kind of came into this and had a full like swing, and now all of a sudden you feel like the dip is kind of going down a little bit and you're getting a little discouraged, it's easy to like doubt yourself and feel like, oh, I'm not going to be able to earn that, or I don't feel like. So just like I said, let go of that. Don't worry about the doubt, and just know that me personally, as your sponsor or your director, if I'm either one of those, like I personally, like seriously believe every single one of you can achieve this. And I know for sure that these qualifications are really, really not that hard. It's just about making a plan and setting a goal for yourself. Okay, so again, talk to me if you need more guidance on this, and I can help you figure things out. Okay, we could talk about how many people do we have to follow up this month? How many parties do we need to get on the books this month? And I could be that person to check in with you if you need me to do that. Okay. Again, I had no interest in joining. When I joined Scentsy, it was literally just to make some extra cash. It was not to turn into any of all of this. So it's all about your mindset and telling you what, you know, where you can do with this. Okay. So lastly is, again, we talked about it on the, about the group on Facebook. I'm going to put that up. I'm going to put the tracker on there for you guys. I'm going to try and figure that out either tonight or tomorrow. Some sort of tracker or something for you guys to start to use. We'll have like an accountability post like I talked about. But you'll be responsible for tracking your own results. Okay, I just want to put that out there. So as far as the group goes, like a lot of times, like I create groups on Facebook and people are like, yeah, I want to go. And then like nobody participates in anything. And not that I care if people are participating, but really like this is for your benefit. So get involved, be participating, comment on things, engage with things, you know, celebrate other people's success. Because when you celebrate and you know, you receive success. What's the saying? You receive success, you achieve success, receive success, something like that. A little bit of success. You know, when you are appreciate success to receive success. That's what it is. Like, you know, if you see people like earning the levels, and even though you may feel like you're not, it's okay. You know, like I've had plenty of things that like I had goals that I was shooting for and I wasn't reaching, but yet my next like friend was like hitting, you know, promotions and all these other things. And I could easily be like, oh man, like this stinks. Like she's reaching and I'm not, you know, but like, I'm like, no, go girl. Like I'm telling you, have that mindset, and hold yourself accountable. Ultimately, that's literally the best advice that I can give you guys. Okay. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this summer incentive. I'm so excited for you guys to earn it. And I really know that you can do it. So real quick, I'm going to open this up to questions. Let me see here. Hold on, let me open this up. Hey, we have a bad storm here. Amber Naps keeps going in and out. Oh no, Amber! Oh yeah, I just realized she's not on here. She's usually here to the end. Well, you know what? I'm recording this anyway, so I'll definitely upload this on the Real Consultants page for everybody. Does anybody have any other questions or anything that they want to ask? If you do, just like do this real quick so I can unmute you. But if there's anything that you want to know or wonder right at this very moment, let me know. No. I always say that at the end. I'm always like, oh, good, I was thorough. So awesome. Okay, guys, I'm so excited. I'll let you go. Thank you so much for coming on. We literally did this in under an hour, which is surprising. So yeah, I'm so excited. Let's go earn a summer incentive, you guys. Woohoo! All right, bye.